Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LGL Sport here at TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. We're back with today's slew of matches, and we are more than excited to cover it for you. Speaking of covering it for you, it is going to be you, me, your boy, Quaint, along with Universe over here to cover the matches for you. And boy, it's going to be an exciting day because we've got a couple of really, really good matches for you. The first one, which is going to be OUTSET, Team OUTSET going up against the likes of Team VALOR. And we've seen Team VALOR before, and they're really, really good. But OUTSET is kind of a head scratcher because we're not really sure, and we haven't seen a lot of their matches. So this first one is going to be quite an enigma, and we're just waiting to get into that. And the second one is going to be Global Esports going up against Force One. Now, the second one, super exciting, and we can't wait for it. But I'm going to ask you, Universe, what are your thoughts about today's matchup?
Honestly, I think that, Team VALOR are something of a force to be reckoned with. They made it to the playoffs last season. They were among the best teams in their group as well. So, they deserve that spot to make it onto the top four. Unfortunately, they could not go too far ahead, but that's okay. They're going to have another chance. And clearly, they have deserved their place in this, the top 16 teams. And OUTSET, they're going to be coming on to this scene after the first season is over. I'm not sure if they were participating in the season number 1, but in season 2, they have qualified and they made it through down here to the group stages, the main event. And to start off the campaign, they're going to be playing off against playoff contention team, which is VALOR, who've been very strong, who have a very strong lineup. They've got their own, lineup changes that have come through. So it's going to be very interesting to see how exactly, OUTSET are going to be tackling VALOR, because I know for a fact that there are some names that we will recognize from the side of OUTSET, but VALOR, they've got everybody who's already established and pretty well experienced.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, we are going to be jumping straight into the MVP standings to see who have been hitting really, really hard these past few matches. And boy, we've had some really exciting matches, haven't we, Universe? But look at that. MW1 already has made it to the number 1 spot, followed by Python, Bondef, and Paradox. Now, these guys are so amazing at what they do. Like, the stats honestly always speak for themselves. Paradox, that guy's a god. He goes in super aggressive, get kills left, right, and center. Then there's MW1 who do the same. Most of these guys, to be honest, do the same thing. They're super aggressive at what they do, and they manage to make their hits count. They manage to make their crosshairs land at just the right time, at just the right places, and that's exactly why they're there. So tell me what you think about the MVP standings.
I mean, honestly, this is kind of what I expected in number 1. I think the one person that I think we're kind of missing over here would be SK Rossi, but I don't think he's had that many matches to play to start off his journey over here. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be making his way over here pretty soon. But the one thing I do want to point out is that Heavan has an ACS of 391, 46 kills, 17 deaths. I mean, he has played, I think, about... one BO3. I think he's played 1 BO3 so far, and as a result, he's there. Velocity, they've played 2, and that's also why in I think about 5 maps that MW1's gone to 105. Right, the first one they lost 2-1, the second one they won 2-0, and in 5 maps, which means he's averaging about 21 kills per map.
Yep.
So MW1, if he continues this form, 21 kills per map, every single map that he plays, is going to be absolutely crazy.
Honestly, his performance is really fire on the field, right? But yeah, let's also take a look at the group standings and see where all the teams are placed so far. We've not had a lot of matches, but we've had enough to get like a fair bit of idea as to where everybody's going to be standing and where they might be going from here on out. And look at that, Global Esports, as they always have been, they're going to be on top with a 1 win point of 2. And to be honest, they're neck and neck with the 3 teams on the top 3 positions over there. They're neck and neck with Team EXO and Force One. Team Cohesion is going to be following them along with FS and Orgulus, leading with following with a loss each. And then there we have OUTSET and Team VALOR, which we're going to be seeing today. That is going to be the first match. I'm really excited to see what OUTSET is going to be putting up against Team VALOR. And I've seen OUTSET in one of those tournaments before. I think it was the Lenovo tournament again. And they've had quite a good performance before, but I'm not really sure whether they're going to be coming back stronger, because they did need a few sectors where they, needed to repair their strategies on. But let's see what they're going to be doing. But Global Esports back again at the top, Universe. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect. Global Esports, they are the giants. They are one of the, mammoths that you would be scared to face off against no matter what team you are. EXO's right there with them, and so is F1. All of them have the same amount of points, but today it's going to change because it's going to be the Global or, F1 who are going up in bouts in the evening, and that's going to be a hell of a match to see who's going to, go up on top, because I really feel that might go to 3 maps. Given the fact that how F1 had performed in the last season in the playoffs in their lower bracket run, they went all the way towards the lower bracket finals just before they got beaten by Velocity, who came in from the upper brackets, beaten by Global, and then Velocity went on to win the championship themselves. But now it is for the 2 teams who haven't played a match yet, OUTSET and Team VALOR, to show us what they've got, because I know VALOR for sure are a pretty great team. So, and as I'm talking about them, let's just have a look at what these guys have in store for us. Here's the team intro for Team VALOR, and I'm pretty sure, Quinn, that you have a couple of words about these players.
Yeah, I indeed do, because I mean, where do I begin? Do I begin from Buster, who's so explosive on the field? Do I begin from Pixels, who's amazing with a Viper? Or do I begin with Hunter, who's just so good with that aggression that he comes in with? But nonetheless, we are going to be beginning with Team VALOR, and it's just, where do I begin? Buster, he kind of carries the entire thing. He's the firepower behind the entire thing. He goes in, he gets the kills. Then we have Pixels on the Viper calling out the strategies. He's doing the really intensive, micro plays, and they are so good together as a team. And we've seen them so many times before. There's not really much to talk about them. They have had a little bit of a rocky kind of gameplay in, season 1, where they couldn't really stand up in and go toe to toe with the top dogs over there. But I feel like they're going to be stronger right now. And we have a new addition to the team too. We have Pasha Sile joining the team, and so I'm not really sure how it's going to be affecting their entire gameplay, but like we've covered before, right? Anytime somebody new joins a team, it kind of imbalances what they've got going on, and it all depends upon how quickly they're going to be picking it back up. So I hope that they've managed to pick it back up. And if they have, OUTSET is going to be looking at quite a strong team, and they have to pull a lot of slack.
Yeah, they absolutely do. VALOR have been a pretty great team in the past, and now they are going to be, continuing their run of form, hopefully, with the addition of Pasha Sire, who played for Team Kuchbi last season. And this time around, he's joined a more formidable team as VALOR. They were a playoff contention team, and Pasha Sire clearly has ambitions to reach there this time with a different team per se. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how VALOR are going to be facing off against OUTSET. But I really think they have the upper hand given the amount of experience that they have. But yeah, VALOR definitely one of the favorites to make it to the top 4. I believe in this group, given that, if there's nobody else coming in around their victory sides, because apart from Global, EXO, and F1, I think this is one team that is definitely going to gather up some wins, if not against the top tier, then definitely against the teams that are remaining in the group.
True, but then again, we can't talk only about Team VALOR, can be, because I've seen Team OUTSET performing really well too, and I really want to introduce their players as well. So we're going to be heading straight into the introduction for Team OUTSET, because see, I've seen how they've played before. They have quite a little bit of room for improvement, but the way they play, I feel like this might be a 2-1, or maybe even, I don't think it's going to be a 2-0, because these guys, they can go toe to toe with VALOR, I think. And they had quite a bit of experience beginning too, but now if they have come and improved, I think Team VALOR might find it a little bit difficult, if not a lot, to go up against Team OUTSET. But yeah, it's going to be Anxiety, Infinity, Cyrex, Alex, and Forkin Not a lot of names that we've heard before, but they have been seen rearing their heads here and there in a few tournaments. So it's not like they don't have any experience at all. They have a little bit, but it might not be just enough to go up against Team Valor. But what do you think?
I mean, I think you're right. Experience is something that counts a lot in this situation, right? And if you think about it properly, Valor have clearly got a lot of experience in terms of playing, in at least for playing in the TEC Gauntlet. They played against the top teams at the very highest level. And not to forget that OUTSET, they have come into the season fresh. They have come in new, and they've got a pretty good team. Given that we've got Harsh in there as well, who is playing under the name of Alex T. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be working around this team, because OUTSET, they might be looking to upset somebody for sure over here. And I think they want to start off with Valor, given that this is their first match, this is their debut in the TEC Gauntlet. So I'm going to be very, very interested to see what is happening. And I hope that OUTSET give us a good show today against Valor.
True, indeed. And I feel like there's a few more changes from the last time I saw OUTSET. Because I think I saw, I don't know, I'm not really sure what the names were, but I think there are a few changes. So it, again, might change the dynamic in the way they play too. But let's just see. But anyway, we are still waiting for the match to start. And it is going to start in a few seconds. But Universe, do you have any predictions as to who's going to be winning this out and how they're going to be winning it out? Whether it's going to be a 2-1 or a 2-0? Give us your thoughts.
I'm not quite sure what is going to happen, but I think Valor might take this one. But given that I've seen them play and I know how they play, they are very strategic. They're very, the maneuvers are very sleek. They cut corners. They make sure they do not leave out anything, edging out of their circumference. So they're a pretty good circle, I would say, that's well rounded and that's being shaped into a perfect team, that could make it potentially in the top tier of Valorant in the scene around our region. But yeah, OUTSET, if they're able to, make a comeback happen, if they are down, that is, or, if they just take it 2-0 by themselves, I'd still be happy to see what they would bring to the table, because I always love to see an underdog come in and absolutely, unravel what the system says. So let's just see. Who I would say it's Valor, but I think it could go either way.
Maybe,
But I'm
yeah.
still tipping towards Valor.
Yeah, true. But yeah, any good match setup requires a good map lineup, doesn't it? So let's take a look at what battlefields these guys are going to be battling it out on. And knowing Team of Valor, I'm pretty sure they're going to be going with a very explosive map. And look at that. They're going to be going with Haven. I mean, OUTSET is going to be picking Haven, and they're picking Ascent. Okay, Ascent is more of an explosive map per se. Like, you have your basic strategies and you just go out and execute that. So I feel like Team Valor has done the right choice by picking Ascent. So they might be taking that. Honestly, let's just put it down as Team Valor taking out Ascent. Now, OUTSET, on the map of Haven, again, I'm not really sure what they're thinking about over there, but the last time I saw them, I think it was on the map of Haven, so they performed really, really well. But to go up against a team like Team Valor, I'm not really sure if they can make it. But if they do, then we're going to be seeing the decider coming into play. Now, Bind, no matter what team we're considering, right, Universe, like, Bind is that one map that can throw anyone off their rails, and you don't really know what's going to be happening. You don't know who's going to be taking it, because you can have such a quick change up in strategies, and you can have such a quick rotate and just intense gameplays that you might never know who's going to be winning. At one point, it could be one team. The other point, it could just be the other team making a comeback on the other side. It all depends on who has better momentum and who has a better standing on which side, whether it's the attacker or the defense side. So I'm not really sure who's going to be winning out the Bind one, but I feel like Haven is going to be taken out by OUTSET, and Ascent is going to be taken by Valor, the respective pickers of each map. Bind is kind of a head scratcher. What do you think, if at all, we're going to be seeing Bind? Do you have any thoughts about who's going to be winning it out on Bind?
I think if Valor are going to be picking up map number 2, then they're going to have more momentum going into Bind, because it's the very next map. But I would like to, I think I would differ from you a bit over here. I've seen Valor play on Haven, and I know that Valor have a very good setup on Haven with with their agent selection, with the way that they play around. Hunter with the Sova and Pixels moving around the controller, and not to forget we even have Pasha Sahil in the mix now, who runs around that with that jet,
Yeah.
and he's absolutely crazy. So I really think there's going to be a lot of aggressive plays coming in from Valor at time to time, not all the time, but definitely in an organized manner, because I know how this team love to play around cheeky corners. They love to push a shot when they know that they can pressure the opponents into feeling that, you know what, we need to go towards C, where they've already got a sentinel set up, maybe the Cypher, who's going to be waiting for them as they push in towards A. Valor might just take Haven. I think this is a map pool that is favoring Valor, given that I know how they play. Outset, I'm yet to see what exactly they're going to be bringing to the table. But if they pick out Haven, then I definitely am going to be very impressed.
And nonetheless, they're going to have to sweat it out quite a bit. OUTSET is good at what they do, but I think the last time I saw them, it was on Vine. That is what impressed me, because you said that Harsh is back with the name Alex, right? I've seen Harsh playing that Viper, and the lineups that he had on Vine and the way he was executing everything, and the way his team was supporting him on the map of Bind, at least, I feel like they were really, really good. But if they're going to be living to see the map of Bind is another question. Then we have Haven and Ascent. And like you said, Team Valor is going to be favored a little bit on these two maps because it prefers a more explosive gameplay style. And even though the strategies on the side of Team OUTSET are really, really good, if they're going to be caught slacking a teeny tiny bit and they're going to be slowing down their pace a little bit, that is going to give Team Valor that little bit of headway, a little bit of breathing room to push in and take them out. Because once they start doing that, Team OUTSET is going to be having a really, really hard time countering that aggression coming in from the side of Team Valor. And we know how aggressive Buster and his gang can be, right? These guys are so good at what they do. I don't even know where to begin. It's always Buster going in, getting kills, and there's so much support from his entire team. Now, I'm not saying that OUTSET is not going to be able to do that, but they have to pick up a lot of slack.
Yeah, there definitely is. I mean, there's quite a bit of things that OUTSET and Valor both have to consider. Given that I don't really know if these guys have played against each other elsewhere, but in the Gauntlet, this is definitely the first time that they're facing off each other. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to be a little bit wary about what exactly is going to happen from the other team, whether it's going to be aggressive, whether they're going to hold down sides, whether they're going to do something cheeky, like get a couple of smokes from the Astra coming in. In terms of or is it going to be a pull? Whoever's going to be playing the controller role, is there going to be a mid push coming in? Are they going to push in 3 from mid? Garage come in. There's going to be there's a lot of things that could happen because these guys don't know what to expect from the other team. Maybe they know each other personally, but I don't think as a team that they faced off each other. But if they have in scrims or whatever practice sessions that they've had, then I mean they might have a slight idea. So I'm gonna have to wait and see because I'm very interested to know how exactly these two teams are going to be facing off against each other, because if they know each other's game styles, then they should know that they need to switch things up over here. But if they don't, then we're going to have a very, very interesting match on our hands, because I love it when two teams who have no clue about each other, even though they've studied it, they've not played against each other. When they go up against each other, it's a whole different ball game when you're playing it seriously. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and on top of that, I feel like if they're going to constantly switch up this strategy and then where they're taking their sides or holding it down, both of these teams are going to be sweating it out, trying their best to understand how they're going to be switching it up the next. It's just going to be a gamble at every round. And that is what is exciting, because you never know where a person is going to be holding, like whether it's going to be Showers or like on Haven, it's going to be A Haven. You never know where that teleport is going to come in from last minute. And it all depends on the character selection too. But Universe, the last time I think we were covering Team Valor, Hunter was there. It was so surprising that every time it was the Sova who was left out to like clutch rounds out. So if we're going to be seeing a Sova coming out from the side of OUTSET, you know what? I'm just going to set the counter here. I feel like we're going to be seeing the same thing, that Sova is going to be always left out to clutch out rounds. It was Haven on top of that, if I'm not wrong.
Yep, it definitely was. And I love it. It's just that match. I think particularly was. I mean, we went crazy just counting the number of times the Sova was alive. I mean, that was a whole different shenanigan of itself. But right now, I would say that all three of these maps are a map where Sova is utilized heavily. Right, you got Haven for sure, where you have a Sova coming in. You usually play towards A or towards C, right? And you got Ascent, where I mean, on the B side, you have that Odin goes burr action with him sometimes.
Very much.
And on Bind, Sova is again one of the most used characters, along with Sky, given that you have the double controller, double initiator setup, given that we go there. And
Yeah.
in that double initiator, I think it's only the side of Global Esports who go for a Breach and Sky combo instead of a Sova and Sky combo, given however Kappa's feeling it that day, maybe. And yeah, I mean that's exactly how they play around with that. So Sova definitely an important character in all three of these maps that we're going to see. If we're going to see him on all three maps is a question, but I really want your thoughts on what do you think is going to be the composition on Haven, because now that we're heading into it, do you think there's going to be a double duelist, double whatever?
I'm not really sure, but judging based off of the last time, right? Like the last time I saw Godlike playing Haven and I saw a triple duelist setup, that was the most spiciest thing ever. But anyway, the agent selection screen is ready. We're going to be getting our questions answered right now. But look at that. Team Valor, they already know what they have in mind. They're not going to be messing around. They are just going to be insta picking whatever they're going to be going in with. And like you said, Pasha is going to be going with that jet pick. Hunter, as always, the Sova, the amazing Sova. Buster, however, is going to be picking up the Sky today, and I'm pretty sure he can pull off a mean Sky. Like, in my opinion, an initiator is equivalent to a duelist. But look at that. Infinity on the other side is going to be picking up a Yoru. Okay, that is not something that we see every day, Universe.
I don't think he's gonna be picking it up. Anxiety's
feel like he's
already
gonna be picking up.
locked in. Anxiety's already locked in Phoenix. Infinity, I think it's just about time where he locks in that cipher, I believe. Or maybe, something out of the blue. Maybe he goes for a Sky or something as well, but it doesn't look likely. Yeah, that it is. He's gonna lock in that cipher.
Yeah.
And it is the exact same composition on both of these teams. Hunter with the Sova, Pasha with the Jet. On the other side, it's Alex with the Jet. While this entire team of OUTSET Esports are gonna be the same as Team Valor. So it's gonna be interesting to see if a team diff is gonna be coming into it, because that is going to happen. It's not Jet diff, it's not Phoenix diff. I mean, it might come in, yeah, for sure, but it's an entire lineup diff today. So let's see who exactly is going to come out on top, because Valor, they're on defense right now, and they're going to be feeling pretty good, because if they pull off a pretty good defending half on an attacking sided map, they are for sure going to be going ahead and try to win this one out as comfortably as possible.
And yeah, Jet diff might come in because Pasha is playing. You may never know. That guy is an absolute legend at what he does. But anyway, we really want to get into the match. It's going to be coming up in a few short seconds. But Cypher on the map of Haven is one of my absolute favorite picks, because that guy has so much control, and he can honestly control Garage and B-side together almost simultaneously. Put up a camera wherever you want to. You have really cheeky lineups for those cameras, and then you have all the information in the world that you need to give that information out to your entire teammates. And it's a really crucial character on the map of Haven on top of that, because you need as much information as you can, because there are 3 sites to rotate about with. So let's see how those camp placements are going to be coming up, as the first round is going to be coming into play. And off the bat, we are not going to be seeing any sort of commit to any side from the attackers over here. Team OUTSET, they're just figuring things out, and it's just a pistol round, so it doesn't really matter much. Astra off the bat is going to be putting up a few of her stars to block out vision. Good execution. Buster's just waiting for his teammates to come in, and he knows that the C side is going to be taken in, and he's just going to be waiting for his teammates to come in. He also expects that flying. That is really wise. Pixels and Buster in that garage. I'm pretty sure once that smoke goes out, they're going to be dishing out a lot of damage. The spike plant is going to be coming in, and that was such a quick execute. No messing about, no dilly-dallying. They just went straight for it, didn't they, Universe?
Oh yeah, and there's the first kill finally. It was a 5v5 retake, and make that another one. Pasha Silads onto that, and look at that! Valor somehow just take 4 kills down, one after the other. As Silex is left alone, and he's gonna get only one for himself. And it's gonna be Hunter to take him down as the last man standing. Who was it? Quaint.
Exactly. There we go. Yet again. I'm starting the counter right now. I'm starting it. I've got my ticker in my hand, and it's already reading 1. I feel like we're going to be seeing more of that yet again. And it's always on the map of Haven. I have no idea how.
Yeah, I mean, no, it could be on the next map as well, but where it'll be interesting. I mean, given that, Haven is a huge map, so, if you're going towards C, there's always going to be one person left on the A side who, I mean, usually somehow that ends up being the Sova. But now it was the side of Team Valor who actually just pummeled down the side of OUTSET Esports. And here comes the shock dart lineup. It goes towards B. Actually, it was not going to damage anybody from the side of OUTSET, side X. A little cheeky one over there, as the B side looks to be setting up for success. A force buy has come in over here, Quint, and this could prove to be a little bit helpful for them. But look at that Molotov bit over there. Oh my god, Alex burns down to 60 HP. And the plant goes down with a... Okay, Forkin blows the head of Pasha Sahil. Bullet gets spotted out, and he needs to hold his ground for a bit because he's surrounded by two players. Anxiety is holding down the B side from the outside as the diffuse is being stuck at least for half the second over here, and he goes down. Foken's done his job. He takes down the diffuser as Bullet takes down Infinity. The flash is going to work out, and Anxiety takes down two for himself. Bullet, the last man standing, gets the 3K. Ace clutch coming in. No, it will not. It is going to be the side of Valor. Who actually, wait, did they just win this one out?
They won that out. You didn't realize that? The best part was he got those 2 kills exactly when the diffuse came in. That is just so unfortunate, Universe. Like, they had such high hopes. I mean, their setup was good, but Team Valor had a fair idea about as to where they were going to be positioned, like rough idea, and they knew that they can't aggress much. But once that wall comes in and you don't really have an idea as to like how many people are going to be in front of each other when that diffuse is coming in, that body block did come in, and that was really wisely done by the side of Team Valor. And that's the thing. Okay, Pasha, I know you can flex with your aim, but like that, okay, picks up 1 kill off the bat. But like I was saying, right, Team OUTSET, they have the right idea, they have proper executes, but they're standing way too much out in the open. It's a post-plan positioning that I'm a little concerned about, and if they're going to be picking up on that, I feel like Team Valor is going to be having a little bit of an issue. But the way that Team Valor are holding down the sides is just insane. The teamwork and the coordination and the way that everybody's coming for backup is just amazing. But it looks like Team Valor is in for a little bit of trouble. Anxiety is going to give them a little bit of anxiety, and Hunter is going to be going down. So we can't really be leaving it all out to the Sova to be clutching it out at this round. 4v4 situation and 50 seconds left in the clock, and they still want to go for that A take. And I love how Team Valor are not really, committing to the side of A, and nobody's coming in for that rotate. They know that 2 players are enough to get the kills, but look at that! Pixels is going to be turning around and taking out Anxiety, and Infinity is going to be giving out an equal trade, but that's not going to matter because Pasha, 7 HP and a Vandal, and that's all he needs to pick up that kill. It brings it down to a 2v3. Now the health advantage is not on Pasha, but then he can still pull off a pretty few 6 kills for himself, but that isn't going to be required because the rest of Team Valor are going to be coming in and taking out the rest of Team OUTSET, and it's all down to that Astra on Forkin to clutch out the run. But there's only so much you can do, especially with the slow peak like that. Buster is going to be seeing right through him, and he's going to be taking him out, putting the 3rd round onto the board for Team Valor. Now, Universe, I feel like Team OUTSET have got it right, but it's just the, post-plan positioning that I'm worried about, like I was saying.
Yeah, the post-plan positioning is definitely a concern. But I mean, that was a round where they did not have weaponry to fight off, so I'm gonna, let them have the benefit of the doubt. So the thing about this, matchup, I think, is that Harsh really needs to pop off, right?
Yeah.
Because in the qualifiers, Harsh was an absolute beast. The way he got, I think I don't know how many kills he put up, but he put up quite a lot. But right now, it's about Buster who's going to try to go and get some kills for himself. He's running in so quick ahead with the run it back, and he gets taken down. He gets in for a little bit of a tap onto side X, but that's all he's going to find. Just a chip of damage and nothing more. The operator's still active, but Buster, look at his positioning. The man's going to take down one. Looking for a second. He gets it. As Pasha Sahil also has pushed up aggressively towards A main. And the side of OUTSET are actually being torn apart now. And look at Cyrex. He has to hold down a very passive angle because he knows that there's a push coming from A. And there's nothing he can do because they're just stuck in this position over here, Quint. And 3v5, I don't even think they can, get anything done. They might as well give away all of their lives. Exactly. 4K looking for the ace. Is he gonna get it? I don't think Harsh wants him to have it. That's why he's running towards C. Bullet Bullet wants his friend to have it. He's just running around. Buster's calling for it. Buster wants it so bad. Look at this mouse and
oh my god.
The cat and mouse chasing game over here. Buster's the one running around.
30 seconds.
Pixels trying to get the kill for himself. He denies the ace of Buster. And yeah, I don't think they're going to be having a lot of problem with that. But Valor, Yeah, definitely. A beautiful run indeed from them.
And a cat and mouse chase to end things off. That was amazingly well done. And I feel bad for Buster. He was trying really hard to get that ace, and his teammates were helping him so much. But then Pixel was like, you know what? This has gone on for far too long. I'm just going to be ending things. And he just takes that final kill for himself. But Buster, I'm pretty sure he's going to be having his revenge. I'm pretty sure he wants another ace for himself. And he's going to aggress down C long, if I'm not wrong. Considering how aggressive he's been playing so far, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually does that. And look at that lineup of that recon dart exactly on top there. And that's not something that you normally get to see. Like, as an attacker, you won't normally notice it at that point, and it might just give away your location. But look at this. Forkin is going to be spraying a few sheriff shots, trying to find at least one head, but he's not going to be finding any. And we're seeing a hero vandal on anxiety over there. Let's see if that's going to be counting for
finding
him.
anything now. Side of OUTSET are slowed down. Anxiety. He's the only one with a weapon, and they've already lost a man. Infinity's gone down. There are the knives available on the side of Alex. He needs to make them work. Pasha on the other side of the smoke could prove to be dangerous. What a close range play with that operator too. Buster takes down Anxiety's on it back, and this round from the side of OUTSET is being completely blown away. Ultimates have been deployed, which are completely rendered useless, and VALOR are tearing apart the side of OUTSET. Here's another Buster lockdown from the side of that defender spawn in C side, and these guys are on an absolute roll here, Quain. 5-0 they are up, and my word, this is a very, very dominating performance. And to be honest, given that that was a semi by an eco at the best, because there was only one weapon on Anxiety, there were 4 sheriffs on the board with semi armor. They deployed too many ultimates, and I think this time around, you know, they're not gonna have those duelist ultimates that would help them, you know, get them some success of kills.
True, but at the same time, we have Forkin with that Cosmic Divide, and that honestly comes in clutch a lot of the times. But look at Buster's KD right now, 10-1, and look at Pasha, he's going in aggressive. Wants a few kills, but he knows that he's far too long, and he can't stand out in the open for too long, and he's going to be falling back that cloud burst. Wise choice, my friend, but he's still not going to be giving up on that angle. He knows that the entire push is going to be coming in on A. He's sagged out, but he doesn't really care, because he's going to be picking up that kill on Anxiety anyway. Look at that, Buster is going to be popping up, gets 2 kills for himself with just the ultimate, and he's looking for more kills. Pixels over here has his own drama to tell, and he's trying to get a kill, but no, Infinity is going to be shutting him down. Now all the information to the world is going to be going out to the side of Team OUTSET. Now they have all the information they need, but Buster doesn't really care about that. He's going to be like, I don't care if you know where I am. I'm just going to be taking you clean down, and it's all down to Forkin with not a lot of things that he can do. He has his stars, but that's all he can do, because Pasha's just holding that angle with an operator. They're all holding angles that they know that they're going to be pushing in from, and they're doing it so well, Universe, because you put a Pasha on that A-long position, and there's nobody, I mean nobody, who can push that site.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy the way that VALOR are adapting to this game style, right? You know, because you can see that the side of OUTSET have tried being aggressive. They have not been successful. They've tried being mechanical and slow. They've not been successful. They're trying to play on thrifties and try to get a little bit of a push come in, you know, of pistols on one side. They've not been successful. Everything that they're doing is just being completely rendered useless. Yeah. And as a result, it's a 6-0 scoreline, and Buster has a 13 KD ratio.
But Universe, can we talk about the 2 duelists having 1 dex on them?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was pointing out.
Wow.
Oh, wait, look at this. Oh boy, Buster. Okay. He's in such a good position, and he gets one actually. I thought he was gonna go down, but he actually gets it. And now Anxiety's playing around that cage, and he's getting pulled in over there. And Buster still hasn't died. This guy and Pasha Sahil are made of steel. Clearly, men of steel, and they know exactly where Infinity is coming from. And the Molotov goes in as well. Wow, these guys are so well aware of what their surroundings are. Infinity is right around the garage position, and Hunter's around the corner. He doesn't know, I think, that Infinity is over here. He has a fair bit of idea, but so do the other players. Buster's looking in the right direction, and this might be another kill for him. Yeah, there it is. It's going to be a pre-fire that blows Infinity's head off as 7-0 now. Team VALOR, absolutely crazy stuff from them. A defending side so dominant on attacking sided map is absolutely beautiful, Quain. 7-0, and here comes the timeout from the side of OUTSET Esports, because they really need this.
They really need this indeed, and they're getting a little tense as to why they're not being able to counter all of the strategies coming out for the side of Team Valor. And it's not even strategies, it's just good placement and really, really good aim. That's honestly all they're playing on, and I'm loving what they're doing. Most of the work, honestly, is being done by Buster and Pasha because they're being so aggressive and they're making it count. They're making those frags count, and they're just on their A game today, Universe. Because the way that Buster and Pasha are playing with each other, especially if they're playing together on the same side, they've got each other's backs. And honestly, the entirety of the team of Valor can leave them B, and they're just gonna be like, you know what, we're just gonna be handling B and C. You guys can take A, and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna survive or even mow down the entirety of OUTSET. Now that is what OUTSET is seeing, and they're a little bit tense. They don't really know how to counter this, and they have to come out with big brain plays, especially Astra. Because if Forkin is not going to be putting up the right utilities at the right time, there's nothing that Team OUTSET can do to take control of those sites.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you couldn't have put it any better. They are just not able to, assess any form of control whatsoever on whichever side of the map it is. And as a result, you can see Buster's 15-1 now, Queen. 15-1. That is currently a 15 plus ratio. And I don't know how long he's going to be surviving like this. But Pasha Sahil is going to make sure that Forkin doesn't survive towards C long. He takes him down. And honestly, it feels like OUTSET are struggling over here. The minute they enter the big leagues, they're getting a taste of it from the very highest level of order. It is an absolute beating that they're getting here on Haven. I really hope that they pull it back in this round. They get a 4v5, they get, this clutch coming in. But right now, it looks highly unlikely.
Indeed, and they're getting a little bit of a behavioral check, and they're not even being let entry to the site. They're not even being able to see the inside of the site. And whenever they are, Pasha and Buster over there just coming in to shut them down. Let's see if that's the same thing that's going to be happening right now. And I feel like it is. Alex has a fair bit of idea as to where everybody is. Harsh, he knows that they're there, and he knows that they can't go in for that side take, and they have to go in for a rotate. But it's again down to a 3v5 universe. Any head that they're going to be showing right now is going to be taken clean out, because those positionings are just insane. Their highest bet is going to be C side, and that is probably going to be predicted by the entirety of Valor. But they have the team players that they need to retake the site, and they don't really need to do much. And look at that Cypher. Like I said, you can control multiple sites with that guy, and that information is going to be going out. But Anxiety is going to be taking out Buster. Finally, that guy's going to be facing dead, and that's going to be the second death for him the entire game. Still, we've got to consider 7-0 on the board, Universe, and that ultimate is going to be pulled by Anxiety. Let's see if he's going to be able to make it count, but he doesn't really expect that. Puts it up there, gets a little bit of a panic moment, and Bullet is just going to be raining down fire over there. Gets a couple of kills for himself. The ultimate is going to be going down. 2v4 situation, Universe, and I don't think that Bullet is going to be able to make it, but no, Cyrex is going to be taking him down. It's all up to Cyrex now to take out the entire run, and there's only so much he can do. Does manage to get a kill, and that is going to be for old Hunter, but Pixels, he's just not going to be having any of that. It's going to be taking that out. And with that Sentinel of Light, no less.
Oh, yeah. 8-0.
What an
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that Cosmic Divide was absolutely perfect. You just had to put it before Garage. You had to put it completely in the right position. And who better to do it than the favorite controller on the side of Valor, Pixels. The guy is an absolute beast, and honestly, I love seeing this guy on Icebox quite a bit because of the Viper plays that he has, the lineups, everything about Pixels on Icebox. Honestly, I love seeing the guy. He's an absolute beast of a player, and I love how Forkin is living in the 1950s with a black and white filter. Hello, Forkin. You are ahead of your time, clearly.
Clearly, years ahead, 20 years ahead, precisely. But yeah, and on top of that, look at this, like Bullet is, the information broker as Cypher is. He's getting information from all sides, and it's just being backed up by Buster and Pasha, and Pixels is just laying the utilities at the right time. But look at this cat and mouse game that they've got going on. But Alex, it's 2 kills for that Spectre spray down, and that is probably that advantage they need to take this round. This might be the first round coming into play for the side of Team OUTSET Universe. Finally, they're going to be having a little bit of momentum, but if they're going to be botching this up at the last second, Team Valor is not going to waste any time to take them right out. But look at this, Pasha style with his Blaze Arm tries to get a kill, but no, it misses all. Hunter's going to be coming in to back him up. Takes out Alex, brings it down to a 3v3. Oh, and Hunter's Fury from the side of OUTSET, and a cheeky flank coming in from Garage over there. The coordination is back, Universe. The coordination is back from the side of Team OUTSET.
Oh my god, that gravity well is actually not gonna do anything. He's gonna stick the defuse. Hunter's taking him down, and Pasha, unfortunately, for the side of OUTSET Esports, Forkin placed that in the position where exactly Pasha was sitting on the spike, and he even though he got pulled, he could still defuse.
Yeah.
The circumference of until where he was gonna pull was just right there, right around the spike. So his gravity was completely rendered useless, and Hunter, he blew away the head of the last man standing, and Forkin could do nothing but give away Hunter his 4th kill. And now 9-0. Are we looking at a 13-0 here, Quinn?
Might be, but every time we say that, you know that Caster's curse kicks in, and we always see a few rounds coming up from side of Team OUTSET. And I feel like they might be able to take a few rounds because I feel like they have got a fair bit of idea as to how VALOR is working, and they're being able to, at least to a certain extent, get the bomb plant down, get the spike plant down, and go out of the side and get those kills. But what? Pixels? No way you pull that off. That teamwork is just so insane, and there was only so much that the opponent could have done. But look at that, they're already being mowed down. 2 players left, Cyrex and Forkin. And there's not much that they can do. Cyrus can get a little bit of info, and he has... Okay, he doesn't even have the shock darts. I'm not even sure if he has that, but look at that. Buster tries to go in for a kill, but Forkin is going to be denying him that. It's down to him against the entire world, and Bullet is going to be taking him out. But see, this is what I'm loving. Bullet is getting info from left, right, and center. Pixels is coming in and helping his teammate out with the smokes, the cosmic device, the gravity wells, and everything. Hunter is just playing super flexible, using his recon darts, using his shock darts, and just going around getting kills. And then we have Buster and Pasha Sal to just rain down fire on the entirety of OUTSET. On the side of OUTSET, though, they're still not playing that bad. They're doing really good. Forkin is being able to give a little bit of help, but just not enough. Against a team like Team VALOR, you have to do so much more. And I feel like against them, you cannot be coordinated. You have to play a little bit individually. And I know I've said so many times before that individual playstyle is not gonna work out, but I think that's what they have to do. But look at this. Buster is gonna be pushed in with an ultimate, but he doesn't get a kill because the entirety of Team OUTSET is there. But it doesn't really matter, Universe, because that information was what VALOR needed right now.
Oh yeah, they absolutely needed that. And here comes the first kill, actually. Make that a second. Forkin and Anxiety are going to be doubling up as they get the advantage for the team finally in a very, very long time, as they're trying to move in towards C, where there's one player on... Oh! What? Anxiety? Hello? A jumping phantom headshot. Okay then. I guess we're gonna be doing that now.
Right, yeah. Okay, Anxiety. Yep. Anxiety's just like there going like, yeah, I know Valorant better than you. I know that the air is not gonna stop yet. He gets a beautiful kill. Well, let's see if that is gonna make it count though, because they are gonna be getting the first round. And like I said, 13-1, you called it. And the Caster's curse has settled in, Universe.
I mean, do you think VALOR are gonna be any sad about this? 'Cause I don't think so.
I mean, of course not. And this little bit of momentum might just be what they need to get things started, and they could honestly have like a snowball effect over here. 11th round has played out, and this is going to be the last round of the first half, and that scoreboard that is up there is going to break their confidence a little bit. But we've seen how players can like switch up their play styles on the opposite side. So on Haven, although it's an attacker-sided map, they might be able to get a few rounds back on the side of the defense. But I don't think it's going to be enough to win out the first map, though.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree with you there. It is definitely a little bit of a concern for the side of OUTSET over here, because they need to make sure that if they're gonna make a comeback happen, it needs to start happening right now. They need to win this one out. It is the last round of the half on top of that as well. And they're heading into a zone where they've got 2 players of VALOR waiting for them. But guess what? On the other side of things, it is going to be Pasha Sahil to rain hell down upon Infinity. As this Cosmic Divide is actually going to help Pixels to pick up 2. One of which was a run it back. And now here comes the force of VALOR. Alex, the last man left. Harsh. He's just dodging around that. He gets actually 1v3. Possible for sure. He gets another one. He needs to showcase his skills now. Ace clutch? No. Pasha Sahil is above and beyond his reach up on that centric box on B. And he's going to be shutting him down. 11-1 now over here. Quinn, do you think it's I mean, I think
If it's possible?
yeah, if it, I don't think it's possible at all at this point, because if VALOR pull out the next pistol round, I think it's over.
It is over indeed, Universe. I don't think they're going to be pulling it off because Valor at this point, now they have so much momentum, they're just having fun there. You can see how aggressive they're being, you can see how playful they're being, and on top of that, the last kill by Pasha, there was no way that Harsh could have predicted that. He had no idea that Pasha was just like chilling up there on top, and he was probably going like, you know what, you guys don't have to come in, I got this, I know where this fool is, and he's just gonna go there and he's gonna just one tap him out of existence. But that's the thing, this is what I mean, they're going out there and having fun. So if they mess up, Team OUTSET might get a few more rounds, but I think it's kind of over for them, at least on this map.
Much so. I mean, you hate to believe it, but it is probably something that's going to happen very soon, right? So you just kind of have to wait and look at it. You know, you need to see what exactly is going to happen over here. As we are looking at a very forceful VALOR moving towards A. Alex actually gets a one tap onto Pixels after a couple of bullets being missed. And now VALOR, they are down to 4 men, but they're still undeterred about going towards A. Shock Darts, a lineup has come in actually, which is to the back of side. Molotov stemming in, and Pasha Sahil to lead the charge.
What?
The counter Molotov is gonna come in, and it looks like Pasha Sahil might just find one. A second, no, he's gonna tag down Alex though. 10 HP, Buster takes on Anxiety as they've taken control of the side. Foken comes in, might find the headshot onto him. No, it's gonna be a body shot. He's gonna have to settle with that 3v2. VALOR in a tough situation. Bullet pulls them out. 2v2. Alex is still down to 10 HP. One bullet is all he needs to his body for VALOR to take this one. And the last player who's towards defender side spawn also gets spotted out. They're actually pushing towards him. Hunter and Bullet are going to swing on him and he's going to go down. You know, the last man standing is the Jet with 10 HP and he's also been spotted out with that trip. Oh my god, VALOR. They are absolutely denying anything and everything. What a play by them. They lost players. They kept on giving trades away. But they still are surviving. And look at where they're sitting now. They know they've got time. They know Alex might come in from mid. He's towards B. And they're just waiting. They want to play out time because they can take the plant in the last 4 seconds if they wanted to. And they just need to wait for Alex to come in because they know that he's low. And all they need to put in his body is a bullet. One
pretty much
measly bullet. Even if it's to a wall.
Exactly, and see, this is what I mean. They're just having fun right now, and I feel bad for Team OUTSET because they lost so much momentum. They're not being able to understand what's happening to them. The Cypher traps are just at the right place at the right time. Yeah, there you go. Bullet is going to be getting that 3K for himself. But that's my point. Bullet is just so good with his traps, and everybody's just putting out utilities like crazy, and OUTSET is just being confused as to what's happening to them. And if they're not going to be, you know, coming out of that confusion, coming out of that storm, they're not going to be able to bring it back even on the second map because the second map is Ascent. Now, Ascent is a little more open map and you have 2 sides with a middle section. And I feel like OUTSET is going to be going in for a lot of mid control, but judging based off of what I'm seeing over here, I don't know whether they're going to be able to mind game or like out mind game the entirety of Team VALOR.
Yeah, but the force buy has come in. They're going to have to force their way into this one. They know it. While the side of VALOR, they've got everything that they need to win out this round. There's a bit of utility lacking on the side of Team OUTSET. And, I mean, they can't ask for anything more. They had to force buy into this. It's the last round, potentially, of this map. They've made themselves into B, but it looks like Alex is not going to let them cause any more trouble. Bullet goes down, and there's going to be no more Cypher tripwires to look after for. And as VALOR make their way towards C, which is open for them now, a plan should go in. Forkin gets a little bit of damage onto Buster, but he's going to be okay with that. I think he has the wall to heal himself up, and I think he will. But for the moment, Pixels is going to make sure that Infinity is going to go down. 4v4 retake coming in. Quinn, do you think they're going to be able to make it?
I'm not really sure because like everybody's being given out so quickly and that retake is probably going to be baffled by Pasha on top of that. Nobody's knowing that he's coming in without flying. Everybody's expecting him to be inside, but look at that entire wall of glass is just going to be shutting down the entirety of OUTSET. It's all up to Forkin, but here comes that flying and Pasha is going to be landing that final kill. I had a little bit of hope left, but the moment I saw Pasha coming in that flank and nobody realizing that a flank might come in, I was like, nah, these guys are done for this map at least. But let's see if they can pick it back up with a map of Ascent. Maybe they can. What do you think?
I would like to believe, you know, that maybe that they can. But hey, if you are getting beaten down 13-1 on a map that you chose, and like I said, I said this before, Quinn, before the match started, I told that, you know, they have chosen Haven, but Haven is a map where Valor have succeeded multiple times over and over and over again. It is definitely OUTSET's choice, but they need to be thinking what exactly they're going to be doing, because Haven, I've watched Valor play and I know that these guys are absolutely crazy, and this was a clear showcase of that. 13-1. I mean, even if the top tier teams are playing against some of the other teams, we don't see this scoreline, but OUTSET unfortunately had to be the recipient of it.
Honestly. And like you said, I'm going to agree with you. On top of that, I thought that Team Valor was going to be winning it out on the map of Ascent, and I'm going to be sticking to that. So I feel like as long as although I want Team OUTSET to win out at least one map and go to a 2-1, I feel like Valor is going to be winning out the second map too. And it's just going to be a 2-0. But it is what it is. Sometimes the experience is what counts. I feel like OUTSET might be winning a few more matches out from here on like beginning out from here, because they have the experience that they needed, and that's what they're going to be rolling with. But anyway, we're going to be breaking down the entire match that we saw right now for you, as the match highlights is ready and queued up. It's going to be coming in right now, and boy, what a beatdown that was, Universe. What a beatdown.
Oh yeah, like my friend Floki said, it a shellacking of the highest order.
Oh no.
And clearly it definitely was 13-1. If he was here, I would hear him say that, and I would love to hear it from Floki's voice himself. Honestly, this is something that OUTSET really need to consider, because coming into the qualifiers, they had a great run, Quaint. It was absolutely beautiful. All of their players fragged out, especially Harsh under the banner of Alex. He was an absolute beast. He was leading the show. He was the star in the qualifiers, right? But today he tried his best. There were a couple of moments of brilliance, and he still is the one right up front for the side of OUTSET with the 9 kills on top. But the thing here is that that right there says it all. The max kills by anybody on the side of OUTSET was 9. They didn't even make it to double digits, and that's very concerning going up ahead, because Valor is a team that somehow made it to the playoffs last season, right? They had difficulties in winning out some of the games, but they made it to the playoffs. Now, what are you going to do when you're going to find giants like Global Esports, EXO, Force One come against you? That's going to be a lot more, difficult than this is.
Honestly, and they have to do a lot of picking up of that slack. And like you said, Floki covered it the best, caught lacking in the shellacking. But see, that's the thing. OUTSET, I've seen them playing before. They have potential, but I feel like they're just a little bit short on that communication and the coordination. And I'm not really sure why they didn't go in for a bind pick, because I feel like they're always going to be stronger bind, and they can play to their confusion, like that confusion factor to their advantage, because they can keep their opponents on their toes. They always like to go in for a flank play. If they see that there's way too many people on one side, they can go in for the other side. And what better map than bind? So I feel like they should have gone with bind, but not really sure why they didn't. But anyway, that decider map is still there. I don't think we're going to be living to see that, because Team Valor is just shutting them down. Like, just look at those stats. 15 kills over there on Pasha, and Buster just having 19 and an ACS of 388. These guys were just having so much fun, just raining down hell. Honestly, the map of Haven is where Team OUTSET thought that they were going to be finding Haven, but they found hell, Universe.
Yeah, they absolutely did, and it was crazy the way that they pulled it off. I mean, if OUTSET Esports are looking to make a comeback, they need to tighten up, and they need to tighten up big and fast, because these shoes, they're too big for them. They are absolutely too big for them. They need to find something that's a little bit more comfortable, and they need to work around what they have. They try to work as a team, try to get trades coming in, but it's just not happening for them. It didn't happen on Haven, but I really, really hope it happens on Ascent. So let's see what's going to happen, Quinn, because Valor, with the momentum that they're running with, it looks like it could be sooner or later done.
True, indeed. But yeah, we both are really, really excited to see what's going to be happening on the map of Ascent, and we can't just wait for it to start up. So we are going to be coming back after a short little break. But in the meantime, go down in the description area, just get a few cans of Red Bull to keep yourself energized. Pick up a few goodies from our sponsor over here. Pick up some of those LG Ultragear monitors, because honestly, there's nothing better than that. Pick up a few WD Black SSDs so you can load in the first and stop those Jet Insta lockers, and pick up those AMD Ryzen processors, because they're the fastest out there. But until then, you go check those out, and we are going to be back after a short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back with map number 2. That is going to be Ascent, and we cannot wait to jump back in. I know you guys have waited quite a long time, and considering the first beatdown on the map of Haven, I'm not really sure how Team OUTSET is going to be coping from that loss. And the second map being Ascent is something that is quite a basic in the terms of Valorant, and something that all these teams have become accustomed to. So it really boils down to how you're going to be playing individually and in the moment. And considering how OUTSET is playing, they might be able to take the second map, but at the same time, it's them going up against the entirety of Team VALOR. So not that high of a hope that I have, considering the 13-1 score that we have had on the map of Haven. But what do you think, Universe?
I mean, OUTSET potential for sure, but today it doesn't look like they're on their best run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just want to dive in and see what exactly is going to happen, as the agent selection screen is going to be popping up in front of us any second now. Ascent definitely has interesting choice of agents that we work around, but usually it's a very basic 5 of a Sentinel, 2 duelists, 1 initiator, 1 controller. But as you can see, this time around, it's going to be a single duelist for the side of Team OUTSET over here, OUTSET Esports. They are going with just Alex on the jet roll, while there is a Killjoy, a Sage, both of them in the mix, along with a Sova and an Omen. And usually I'm not too sure about this usually, because whenever there's a Sova in the lineup, you tend to go for another agent, not Sage particularly, right? But then I don't know, whatever they're thinking, maybe they have some sort of a game plan. I really hope that it works out for them. But the other side of things, it is the double duelist setup again. It's the Astra, it's that 2 players who played. It is Buster and Pasha Sahil to go for that Jet and Phoenix. We have the Killjoy on the hands of Bullet, and we have Hunter with his resident Sova. So it is going to be very interesting to see how exactly the single duelist is going to work out with the double duelist setup, given that the single duelist is right now on the defense. So let's see how they're going to face this one off for OUTSET Esports.
Honestly, and like Team VALOR is going with a pretty similar lineup, right? Like KJ being the only difference. But then again, you can use KJ like a Cypher, not as much info without that camera, but still, it's quite enough to like take control of mid. That's probably what we're going to be expecting from them. But look at this. Off the bat, Busters is going to be playing solo down mid. He's just waiting here, waiting for somebody to come in, and he's just going to be going in and taking individual kills. Now, as long as the entirety of Team OUTSET is not going to be facing down the barrels of, Buster together, Buster might just be able to pick up a few kills, but the rest of his buddy boys are just going to be going down short in the tree room, try to get control of A, and Buster giving out that much notification, that much sound down mid means that they are probably going to be expecting B, but no, they're going to be seeing that push coming in onto A. Forkin gets a kill for himself, Infinity chimes in, gets a kill on Buster, and off the bat, we're seeing much better strategy and much better gameplay coming out from OUTSET. And look at that, they're going to be mowed down, but at the same time, it is just the first round of the game, Universe, but amazingly well done and well read out by Team OUTSET. And I hope that they have the same, game plan. They have the same mindset throughout the entire game, where they can predict where VALOR is coming from. Because if that prediction is going to go wrong at any point, VALOR is not going to waste any time capitalizing on that.
Alarm bot out.
Yeah, absolutely not, and that is definitely what we're going to have to look out for over here as Team VALOR. They have given up the first
Recalling
round
my
over
bot.
here.
Out of
And
charges.
Infinity and his squad are going to be feeling pretty good about that, as this should be a better performance than the previous one.
Out.
And they have the advantage of weaponry right now, and let's see how they're going to be working out on it.
Here.
Spike is over there towards the B side, so I'm pretty sure that they're gonna go in for a B take and just give a lot of sound down A side. But at the same time, B main is gonna be blocked off, and they have proper control. OUTSET has proper control of B side and gun advantage. They do have to take the spike and rotate all the way around to A, but no, look at that. Buster is down mid. And Anxiety has a fair bit of idea as to where Buster is going to be. It all depends upon who is going to be getting the first shot first. But yeah, Anxiety is going to be taking down Buster. Is already down to a 3v4 situation with a minute left on the clock. Pixels looking to enter into B site, but then again, he's not going to be entering solo without that wall breaking down, and that is going to be breaking down right now. And he's going to be scaring off that Sova just a teeny tiny bit, but he has a little bit of backup from Anxiety. Now, they don't have the player advantage, they don't have the gun advantage, and Universe, quite frankly, I don't think that VALOR is going to be getting the second round either.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be OUTSET Esports to pull this one out. They've got the weaponry that they want, and now there's just going to be one last player standing on the side of
30 seconds
VALOR.
left.
Hunter. He's trying to find a headshot, but he's not going to get one. He's going to get one to his head rather than what he's looking to find, as this is already a better performance than last map, Quint.
Indeed. But this is where the real heat starts, because we have a full buy coming out from Team VALOR. They're going to be going in for all Vandals, and Pixels is going to be picking up a Phantom. I feel like Jesse's going to be, you know, a little more comfy with the Phantom today. It's his Phantom day, right? But yeah, we're going to be seeing a little bit, technical difficulties, I guess. A pause is going to be coming in and going out at the same time. From what I've seen, the first two rounds are not enough to judge OUTSET's performance, but they seem to be doing better than last map at least.
Yeah, they definitely are doing better. And now they're pushing up actually pretty aggressively, as Bullet is holding down with his Vandal and his ever so handy turret towards B main. And they're looking around towards A short as well. Oh, VALOR. Interesting approach indeed. And that this time around, ooh, Bullet catches a shock dart right under his feet, and he's going to take a lot of damage. Down to 60 HP, the Sentinel now. And the rest of his team are actually moving towards A. And it looks like they're reading this properly over here, but here comes a rotation. Infinity is actually moving back towards mid, and this could prove to be detrimental for the side of OUTSET Esports. Alex is holding down towards A shot while he's got support towards A main by the hands of Falcon, who throws in a smoke. And now the side of VALOR need to rush in. They need that first kill. They need that kill onto the operator, because he's going to cause a lot of trouble, and they're actually moving in towards short. Falcon moves in. He needs to find one kill over here. They've gone past him. Falcon's has good positioning, but it doesn't matter. Hunter's going to take down Infinity, as Falcon's position is completely rendered useless by Pasha Sahil, and now in a 2v4, VALOR have completely shut down any sort of defensive lineup that OUTSET had put up, and what a beautiful execute.
What a beautiful execute indeed. And they were like ninjas, where they didn't give out any audio notification at all. They just went in at the right time. They rushed in, they came in with the utilities, and they took the round by storm. And there we go. The last two kills are going to be coming out from Buster and Hunter to finish things off and put up the first round onto the board for the side of Team VALOR. Like I said, it was all depending upon the guns, right? And on top of that, the first two rounds, I feel like VALOR was just like assessing the playing field, and they were taking too many individual battles that were just a bit too overconfident from the last map, and that just resulted in 2 rounds going over to the side of OUTSET. Now that momentum that OUTSET has right now, and they have a proper buy, except for Alex, who's gone in for Marshall, I feel like it's just gonna be a little cheeky and pop a few headshots. But yeah, besides that, OUTSET has got a fair bit of idea as to how to work the map of Ascent, and they might be able to get a few more rounds back. This might be a little more neck and neck than the last map. What do you think, Universe?
Yeah, I believe so as well. And the OUTSET are trying to put up a good performance, and they are trying to get these aggressive peaks coming in, which they could not do last time around. As we can see that Team VALOR are making their way towards mid area right now. But oh, they're choosing against it immediately. They pushed up mid, and they give a little bit of sound cue, and then they're moving back ahead again towards A shot, where they've got an entire Killjoy setup waiting for them. The shock dart lining up, but it's not going to damage anybody, as VALOR are just going to spray down Infinity. to infinity. And now he's gonna be in a very difficult spot over here. Forkin, the teleport is just gonna give away his life. He did not even have a chance to fight as another 5v3 comes in. Make that a 5v2 as Hunter takes down Alex. And now 2 men standing. The 2 men of a B side who were defending over there are gonna have to come in for this retake. But it looks like the save has already been called, and they're gonna be saving this Vandal and Phantom that are there in their hands.
Yeah, Team Valor is not messing about anymore, are they? They're going in as a team. The first 2 rounds, I saw them picking up individual battles, but now they're like, you know what, let's just get this over with. We're not going to have any more fun. We're just going to be defeating OUTSET as quickly as possible. That means we're going to be seeing the 3rd round coming into play, but Cyrex being the last man standing, trying to pick up a few kills for himself and trying to save that gun on top of that because they don't have the economy at all to go into the next round. But no, he's not going to be able to save that either because his location has been given away, and that's all that Team Valor needed to pick off that kill. But now we're going to be seeing an eco coming in from the side of Team OUTSET, and judging based off of how they've been performing on the defense so far, I don't think they're going to be able to take this round out. But we have seen miracles coming out into play before. And Universe, you know, what we both want that underdog action coming into play. So I hope that they have a few more rounds coming in. And if they manage to take out this eco round, it's going to be a huge boost in confidence and a huge boost in economy on top of that.
Yeah, it definitely is. But right now, it is an eco for the side of OUTSET Esports, as they're going to have to face the running back coming in from Buster. He's going to open up A side almost momentarily. He was very quick, and he might just find his kill over here, and he definitely will. He gets taken down, but that's okay. As Anxiety will take out Bullet actually on the other side of things. B side was ripped apart by him. The B main push rather, sorry. As he's got a weapon to play with. In a 4v4, he also has the revive available over here, but I don't think he'll be able to revive his teammate. There's a lot of Sheriff bullets are being spammed across this A-shot position through that smoke. And Pasha Sahil is looking up towards high mid as the retake position has come in, but Anxiety, he makes things work. He makes things work a lot as they've got the advantage now outside, and this could be a possible retake.
4v4, it's possible, and on top of that, Anxiety has his ultimate ready. He might be able to resurrect somebody, but I don't think there are any bodies lying around nearby for him to take up that. But look at that, Cyrex is going to be able to tag out a player through the wall. But look at that, Hunters is going to turn around and delete Cyrex. He's just going to be like, I don't even care if you're going to be spamming that floorboard. I know exactly where you are, as, you know, Cypher normally likes to say. And it's all up to 4K to save his gun. I mean, there's not much to save at this point, but okay, he does manage to pick up a Vandal, and he has to save it right now because they don't have the economy. But yeah, that eco round, it was not bad considering that they picked up 1 singular kill. Any damage done, like I said before, I always say this, any damage done on an eco round is good damage, and they did manage to get 1 player, but that isn't going to be enough in this case at least. Forkin does have that Vandal in his play, and they have a full buy coming on. It all depends upon how they're going to be positioning themselves. They're going in for those rotates too fast, and they're not coming back together for the retakes in sync. And Valor, they're going in as a unit, as a cavalry, and they're just deleting people left, right, and center, Universe.
They absolutely are. And oh, look at this. Oh, that's an interesting shot dart. That's an interesting lineup. And oh, they're actually gonna... that's something I gotta learn. Although it didn't damage anybody, well, that's definitely something I'm gonna have a look at. And Alex, he might not get spotted out, but if he fires a bullet any single second now, he's... Oh! Pasha! Too quick! Too very quick for Harsh! As he picks up the operator as well, down to 26 HP, he's gonna be very happy with what he just did. As Pixel adds on, Falcon goes down, and his Team Valor, who are just gonna take down Infinity. And yeah, he's the last man standing. I don't know what he can do with here. Unfortunately, the one thing that did happen in this round was the Killjoy's ultimate that had been deployed, which I think was unnecessary after the kills that Pasha Sahil found, and Pixels as well, because in a 5v2, the Killjoy ultimate could have just been saved for another round, I believe, from the attacker side Valor. But it's okay. They got the round, they got what they wanted, and they're going to be happy with that. The 2-4 scoreline is up for them, and they have taken back the lead after the first 2 rounds that they lost. And it looks like they don't want to give up anymore over here, Quinn. They want to keep motoring down.
Pretty much, and that's exactly what I was thinking. I didn't really see the use of that lockdown because there was only 1 person left, but they are still not disrespecting Team OUTSET. They're like, you know what? We still consider them valid players, and we're still gonna be going with whatever strategies we have. But look at that, Pasha Sahil is just mowing down everybody over here right now. Oh wow, beautiful updraft. on a position that nobody would have expected and gets that kill, but gets a bit too greedy, Universe. And yeah, he's gonna be going down. He also has his Blade Storm for the next round, but look at that! Anxiety with a beautiful top action, Universe.
Last player standing.
That okay, but he eats the shock dart instead, and he's gonna give up his life as Falcon. Last man standing, gonna be taken away from his life any second now. The Omen of Death. Okay, what? They were checking for the smoke. All right, they were spamming through the smoke to see if he was there. The Pixels, he's not. Okay, yo, 180 flicks, my guy.
Just flexing a little over there.
Yeah, he's just showing his reflexes and his sensitivity is like, you know, like a little bit maybe like tense, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, look around and you look around and
Pixel Perfect his aim is, honestly, he just lives up to his name, Pixels, right? His aim is always on point, but right now, considering what Pasha, Sal, and Buster are showing us, wow, they're just on fire today.
oh yeah. Right now though, Alex, he's trying to go for another mid peak and he's not gonna be successful in it. Hunter, he has put him out, and here comes the shock dart. That's actually not gonna touch him. Just a nick of his feet. Oh, Alex! Missing another shot actually, and this shock dart is actually such a great lineup. It gets the damage, but Silex is quick to respond. He takes down Buster as the side of OUTSET are trying to make something work over here. Anxiety gets another one. Bullet goes into the smoke, gives away his life. Hunter stuck in a position where he has to just fight every single angle that he peeks. He's even getting slowed down by that slow up. And Pasha Sahil, I don't know how he got onto A heaven, but he did. He's cleared out an angle for himself. He brings out the knives. And if he gets another kill over here, it could be doable for this 2v4 situation. Anxiety is looking in the right direction. But he's going to give away his head. Just Sahil, a 4K already for him. One kill for the ace. One more for the 6K. And we all know how much we love having that on our scorecards. But right now, 2v2. Right too far back, 30 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like the B side is where this team of OUTSET is going. But guess where VALOR are heading? It's A.
And they have a lot of time to play around with on top of that, Universe. And I was telling you, right, he has a Blaze Storm ready, and I was expecting to pull it out the next round. And boy, did he do that. Two beautiful kills. The first one was an amazing one-tap. Second one, he just sprayed down. He still has his blades in play for him, and I feel like he's going to be picking up a few more kills, but he also has the operator. All he has to do is hold down the side. A Heaven push might be coming in at any time right now, and both of them are coming in from Heaven. Good positioning by Team VALOR over there. Hunter is going to get spotted out, but nobody's going to be spotting out Pasha style, and he knows that they're going to be coming in at any point. The recon dart does really reveal his location, but it's an operator going up against an operator. All depends upon who's going to be landing the first shot. He knows that that operator is something that he can't go up against, so he's going to be pulling up his Blaze Storm. So it's going to be... My god! The Magnum with the legend, he's just going to be jumping down and right tapping out Pasha Sahil, but he doesn't really have the time to stick the defuse and Hunter.
Don't worry, you're with me.
Universe, what do you have to say about this? Because Pasha Sahil just went ham over there, and they managed to bring it back from a 2v4 to a 2v2 and mind game them and just went for an A point. And honestly, Team OUTSET was just left there scratching their heads.
Absolutely. Wow, what a play. Pasha Sahil, take a bow, my friend. That round couldn't have been possible without you. I would really wish that he got the ace over there. Maybe the 6K as well, but unfortunately, he had to give up his life. He was down to 30 HP as well. But Pasha Sahil, what a play by you, and Hunter to finish it off as well. 1v2 clutch. Experience spoke so much. The way he was playing that, jiggling the corner every second. Pasha, he gets denied of the dash, but that's okay. Buster's gonna probably apologize to him for that, as he's gonna get 2 kills for him. Says, look, my friend, you might not have dashed to the side, get your kills yourself, but I'm gonna do it for you. And he's given away his life, so now Pasha can get the kills for himself.
Pretty much, and the spike plant has already gone down, Universe, and the retake is going to be coming in at any point right now. 3v4 situation still possible, but the positionings are just right, but still Infinity managed to pick up a kill for himself. Pixels is going to be denying that with a 2K for himself. 2K on Vestor, 2K on Pixels, and it's already down to a 1v3 situation for Ken. So sad that Bullet had to come in without flying, but that's something that he was not expecting, because that's the thing about VALOR, right? Once you get enough confidence, everybody goes in for the flank. There will be at least one player going in for the flank, and it's mostly always Bullet. And Bullet and Pixels on top of that. Pixels playing that Astra, plays passive, but pushes in at the right time, catching everybody off guard. Team OUTSET, I'm just a little confused at this point.
Yeah, definitely. They really need to consider what they're doing over here, Quinn, because OUTSET, they got those first 2 rounds and we said it's going to be a better performance, but they're back to their old ways. They've gone down 7-2, and this is nowhere near a close. I mean, you would say it's a better scoreline given that they have another round, but one round? Nah. It's not that great at all. And a small tech pause had come in, but it's completely sorted and dealt with already, as we're going to be heading into the map right now. And Team Valor, they have put the pressure on OUTSET as they are reduced to an eco. And here comes their full force, and it is Buster to lead the charge. He knows where one is, but Infinity is going to blow him out after that turret spots him. Anxiety comes towards B, and look at the forces of set up OUTSET. Oh, Alex, that shock dart forces him off that position. He cannot finish that spray and kill Hunter. But look at Anxiety's position. He finds Pasha Sahil, who does not check the corner. And now, somehow, Valor, they kind of lost their synergy and they need to bring it back up.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion coming in from OUTSET is enough to set off Valor, and this is probably what they're supposed to be playing with. Not seeing enough of this, but this particular round right here, the way they're playing this out is exactly what I wanted to see more of. Look at that teamwork. Look at that backup coming in from both sides. Utilities are coming in at the right time, and Alex is going to be picking up that kill with that blind coming in. Anxiety comes in with a flank, and that top game is still strong. Looking for a second kill, but Bullet is going to be picking that up, but Alex is there at the right time, at the right moment, picks up that kill on Bullet. But still, it's all up to Hunter. Again, it's a Sova left to flush things out, and there's only so much he can do. Gets that information of that Omen, but little did he know that our buddy boy Alex over there, right around the corner, waiting for him to peek. And see, this is the thing. The fact that they're going in together, the strength in numbers is what Team OUTSET is not understanding. But now that they have done that, I feel like they're going to be pulling off more of that sort of gameplay style. 2-1-2 situation, like setup is what they're going in for, and those two players who are on each side, they have to play together to get their rounds back. Because if they're not going to be doing that and not falling back at the right time, Team Valor, they're going to be coming in as a force of nature. They're going to come in as a unit. They're going to take everybody out.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the side of Valor, they've lost one round, but they're going to be okay with that. They have a lot of economy built up, so trying to work around what they can do. Anxiety goes in for a very aggressive peek and actually gets that kill. He's been on a roll over here, Anxiety. I don't know what's gotten into him this match, but he definitely has gotten a heightened sense of awakening for sure. As Valor, they've already lost a man. They have the Cosmic Divide to their use. The Killjoy Ultimate, no longer available. But guess who has it? It is the side of OUTSET. But Anxiety is just mowing them down. Finally stopped in his tracks. 3k for him though. Hunter comes in, he gets spotted up, but he does not care. He wants that kill. He's gonna get the kill. 2v2. Both the Sovas alive. Controller and the Sentinel alive along with them. And now Pixels is gonna try to get that plant, but his teammate is not there to support him. Left in a 2v1. He's gonna get spotted out. And here he goes. He's gonna get spammed upon by Infinity, who comes in from heaven to support his friend Cyrex. As OUTSET put up round number 4 on the board, and finally, OUTSET are showing us some sort of a glimmer of hope, a light at the end of the cave.
Yeah, indeed. And that, that support playstyle is what I like to see. And finally, we're seeing that from OUTSET, and they're getting their rounds back. 4-7 is not that bad of a score, and they could honestly bring it back on the second half of the game. They could bring it back on the attack side. This is it could go either way depending upon how you're going to be using your utilities, but it is kind of, in my eyes, a little bit of an attacker-sided map. But they might be able to bring a few rounds back, but like you said, Anxiety is just popping off right now. He's gotten control of his Anxiety, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. 15 kills. He is absolutely on the top of the world right now, top of the server as well as Valor. They really need to find a response to what he's doing. As the Cosmic Divide comes in, there's a lot of utility of the Killjoy being deployed over here. Damage being given quite a bit across the face, and Pixels is just going to go in for the plant. He does not care. He wants to plant. Take down that turret, man, he says. And 67 HP down where he is. Buster. Oh! This huge flank from Buster could be so paramount to the success. He brings down Alex, and that is a huge kill. Now, the one thing I don't think he will know is that somebody's around the corner to the right side, and he's going to probably give up his life. No, he's not. He's going to actually find that. He just swings wide, and he gets that kill. Anxiety's going to find him, and he actually even revives the player. Pasha Sahil is going to trade back into Infinity's favor. And now it is the side of VALOR who need to hold on. But Cyrax is just going to keep mowing them down. Bullet takes him down. He's gone down, but the time is running out over here. Quint might just be over. The wall comes up. There's timing bullets left and right. The players go down to the side of VALOR. And the diffuse. Oh boy. VALOR have done just enough to keep themselves alive, even if they themselves aren't in this match, in this round, sorry. As 8-4 scoreline is a lot better than what you would expect from the side of OUTSET, given that how they played in the previous map. 11-1 was, and now 8-4, definitely an improvement, but still there's a lot more to do, isn't there?
True that, but the fact that, you know, instead of it being a complete beatdown, it's come down to just having to do just enough from the side of Team VALOR. I feel like Team OUTSET has had a huge step up. And on the attack side, not really sure how they're going to be playing, but it is still a huge, you know, updraft from there, you know what, so to speak. They're getting their momentum back, and they've realized that they have strength in numbers and they can't be taking individual fights. Because in the first map, they were taking a lot of individual fights, and that's where they were getting killed. But now everybody's there to back everybody up. The way that Anxiety's popping off, getting kills left, right, and center, and being there to back up his team and coming in to resurrect at the right time is what OUTSET needs. But no, they're not going to be checking that corner with that mid push coming in. And Pasha is going to be capitalizing on that. Gets a kill on Alex. Bullet chimes in, gets a kill. Pasha is on a roll. They're just a completely different team right now on the defense side. They're having their momentum, and it's going to be a clean sweep. Oh my god, Universe 3K for himself, and it's all up to Infinity to clutch things out, but there's only so much you can do with 11 HP.
Bullet puts a bullet in his head as Infinity eats the classic burst. And 9-4, they're going to be very happy with that. A flawless pistol round for the side of Team VALOR. And now, they're going to be going up ahead and buying up those sheriffs. But guess what's happening? It is a timeout that's come in at the very beginning of this round over here. As soon as the pistol goes down, OUTSET have realized that they need to just, you know, talk about what just happened. They need to get a little bit of a strategy coming in. They need to work around what exactly is happening, because the VALOR and Pasha Sahil especially, they just completely turned up the heat, I feel. That push from Pasha Sahil in mid was just so aggressive, and he was so confident. Taking on 1v1s like that is not usually some people would do, but look at that guy's face, man. He's undeterred. He's like, man, 1v1, yeah, come tomorrow. Give me a 1v4, then it's a real challenge.
It's just another day at work, right, for Pasha Sahil. He's just chilling over there. He knows that he's good, and he's just going there and getting kills. But at the same time, Team OUTSET are doing a pretty good job themselves. But the fact that they lost the first round of the second half means that they're not going to have the economy for the second round. I'm pretty sure Team VALOR are going to be picking up the second round as well. Now, that momentum is what they had going on in the first half of the match. And now that they don't have it, I feel like Team VALOR is going to switch back to their beatdown mode.
Yeah, and you can see that there's a Phantom also on the hands of Bullet, actually, rather than anybody else. But if the question, he needs to stay close to his team, because if he loses that, he's going to give his opponents a lot of stuff to work with. But right now, Pasha Sahil is looking for some work. He is behaving like a hitman, and it looks like he's going to find one for sure. Anxiety, the danger man goes down. And now I think OUTSET are going to be in a state of anxiousness, because the man who's been fragging out for them so far has gone to rest in the sun. It is an eco, so there's not a lot of damage done, that's for sure. But right now, they're trying to aggress towards it. Both the players over there are just going to have to wait behind that smoke, because if they move in, they are going to give away their lives. But guess who's moving into their position? It's going to be Buster. Picks up a 3K. An easy one for him, as VALOR put up round number 10, and they're just 3 away. Quaint.
3 rounds away, and I feel like these 3 rounds are going to come in very, very quickly. But at the same time, Team OUTSET, they have a full buy right now, and I hope that they can make it count. But if they don't, it's going to be an easy upgrade for Team VALOR, and it's going to be 2 quick rounds. So this is a very, very crucial round for Team OUTSET. If they are not going to be getting this, this match is almost as good as done, Universe.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like they really need to be a little... Yeah, they are going to be a little aggressive here for sure. You can see it. Bullet and Buster are both throwing down... Oh, that's actually so... Oh. That is actually a beautiful lineup, man. If there was somebody there, they would have definitely died. But look at Buster. He's running into the smoke. Oh, the timing! Fucking... He's going to feel so bad about that, but the rest of his team are moving in towards A. Anxiety. He gives a couple of bullets to give some damage, but that's going to be it. They take the A side. The plan's going to come down any second now from the hands of Cyrex as the side of OUTSET are going to be putting VALOR in a 5v4 retake with them having the man advantage. But look at Infinity. He could take it back from them any second now, but it's going to be busted to put him down. 5v3, is this going to happen? A bonus round could just go in the favor, and this should be all over for OUTSET if they lose this one.
Indeed, and their guns are also being picked up by Team VALOR, and that's all they need. Look at that Buster with that Vandal. Let's just pop it off and just getting kills left, right, and center. It seems the teammates are gonna also be chiming in, and they're having fun at this point. And no, that round is not gonna be going out to the side of Team OUTSET and Universe. You know what? This match is as good as done because they've already picked up a couple of guns for themselves, and the rest of the team also has enough money to pick up guns themselves. And the next round is obviously going to be going over to the side of Team VALOR because Team OUTSET, they don't have a lot of economy to work around. Alex is going to be picking up the Phantom, but at the cost of his shields, he's going to be picking up a half shield, and the rest of his teammates are probably going to be buying Sheriff. So Alex might be pulling up a Hero Phantom, but I'm not really sure if that is the wisest of choices.
Hero Phantom, Hero Vandal. Oh, it actually looks like they're going in for a Hero Force Buy. It's gonna be from everybody over here. They're going in for it. This should be the do-or-die situation for them. Yeah, they don't have a choice indeed. They're going for the aggressive push coming in over here towards B-main, but it's completely shut down. Infinity cannot do anything. Cyrex pushed off by that Molotov as well. Look at Pasha Sahil. This guy, he misses a shot, but he's got his team to support, but they actually don't get anything. One dink. And that's gonna be healed up, I'm pretty sure, because I think it's Alex who's down to maybe like 1 HP. But okay, Hunter, he's holding down his ground, and he's gonna throw in a shock dart as well to stop them from coming in. And he's telling them, nope, don't come towards B. I'm right here. This is not where you're gonna be coming. As Anxiety is crawling up towards mid, and he is in a good position to catch off rotations, but I don't think there's gonna be any.
True, and that shock dart game coming in from Hunter was exactly what they needed to push them back. And now that they know that they're not going to be coming in with that much of a force, they can again spread out their, resources, spread out the people to see where they're going to be coming in from. Anxiety is way well into mid, and now Hunter has to worry about two pushes coming in from two sides, and he has to call in for backup. That rotate is not going to be coming in. They're still loitering around on A side, waiting for that push to come in on any side right now. It's all up to Hunter to pick up a few kills for himself. That's about to pick one, picks another, but little does he know, he forgot that Anxiety was also over there, just waiting and biding his time, waiting for that opportunity. And when that opportunity clicks in, Anxiety goes in for the kill. 2v2 situation, not that hard of a situation for VALOR to take it back, but at the same time, OUTSET are looking super strong right now. They could be taking away this round, and that momentum might just be enough to make a comeback, but it's still a tall order. Universe. Buster going with that flash, going in for that peek, but no, Anxiety and his buddy boy over there with proper crossfires gets a kill. Pixels is gonna be shutting him down with that wall bang. All up to these two guys over here, but Alex doesn't really have the health to fight it out, does he? And Pixels knows that, puts a few bullets into his body, and that's all he needs, putting the 12th round up onto the board for the side of Team VALOR. And like I said, Universe, this match is as good as done, and what a way to finish it off, especially with that Sentinel of Light. I love that finisher animation.
Yeah, me too, but you know what I would say do not love right now? The situation of this round. I think, the hero of that round was Hunter. He got that first kill on the B main. He goes back, puts in the shot dart, did not let them come in, and they know that he's around this area. And that double kill on the B main, he let Alex pass by him. He did not let him come close, right? And he caught the players who came behind him, and he put his team in a 2v2 situation, which was winnable. And honestly, I gotta give kudos to Hunter. What a beautiful 200 IQ play by him, not chasing Alex and just finding those two people coming behind him. And experience speaks volumes. Clearly, this is a showcase of that. And now, the side of... they actually have a buy because of that plant that came in over there. They've got Vandals and Sheriffs. Vandals and Phantoms. But they don't have armor and they don't have utility. So they're gonna have to brute force their way into this. It's gonna be in raw aim. But Pasha's Island Buster is showing them that they've got it better than they do. And 3v4, it looks like it's the beginning of the end over here, Quaint.
Indeed, and 3v4 is not that bad of a situation, but the fact that they don't have armor is just gonna hurt them really badly. And there we go, Buster picks up another kill, but Cyrex managed to pick up a kill on Buster with that Spectre. Pasha gonna be shutting down Infinity, and there comes that final kill in pure style with that Blade Storm. He just had to. Pasha style just had to pull out his Blade Storm. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna go up in the air and I'm gonna finish things off in style, and that is exactly what it is. Chugs a bottle of water, and he's like, okay, you know what, my deal over here is done. My day is done, and this is just another day at work. amazingly well done by Team Valor. But OUTSET put up such a good performance on the second map, and I really had hope for them. And you know, Universe, we always like to root for the underdogs, and we were really, really hoping that OUTSET is going to be coming up with new strategies. They did for the first half of the entire match. They were being able to pull a few rounds off, and that gave us such a ray of hope. But they just couldn't like go along with it for the rest of the match, though.
Yeah, they absolutely couldn't. They were just, trying so very hard, but those 4 rounds were what they could put up. And let's just have a look at the match highlights again and see the first half that was pretty much okay for the side of OUTSET Esports, but the second, not one bit, because after that 4 rounds that they put up in the first half, there was nothing that the side of Valor were going to give them, and they finished it out 13-4.
Indeed. And honestly, Universe, I'm going to be a little brutally honest over here. The first 2 rounds that they picked up were honestly because Team Valor were there. There was a testing of the playing field, and they were not going in as a unit. They were going in individually, trying to figure out how they're positioned. And once they got that information, they came in with that beatdown yet again. And on top of that, I feel like it was also due to a little bit of overconfidence, but at the same time, it just could have been strategic, where they were trying to figure out how they're going to be positioning their players. And once they figured out how their usual setup is, that's all they needed.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. I mean, it was a little bit of a, very demeaning actually, the way they, gave away those so many rounds back to back to back. Even after the first map, this was a little upsetting for the side of OUTSET Esports. But right now, I mean, I knew that Valor had the strength, but clearly they showed it in mighty amounts today. 13-1, 13-4. Yeah. It looks like Valor, they with the new addition of Pasha as well. Honestly, I love that duo, man. Buster and Pasha, they are just going ham. Like, what even is that? The Jet and Phoenix combo is just so good on them. They led the scoreboard last time. They led the scoreboard this time as well.
Yeah, indeed. And on top of that, the season 1, Team Valor had a little bit of problems. They weren't being able to go toe-to-toe with the top dogs. But right now, with the addition of Pasha, they're just a completely different team, aren't they? I feel like they're gonna go the distance. They're gonna go all the way. They have a huge chance of winning this entire thing out.
They absolutely do. Valor, they're looking a lot better than they were last season, to be honest. And this is a great start, Quinn. This is absolutely a beautiful start for them. And looks like they're trying to challenge the likes of Global, EXO, and Force One, teams who are pretty much likely to make their way into the playoff spot. And Valor look like they want to follow them over there again this time. And this performance is a complete example of what Valor can do on their best day. And I think that the top tier teams need to have a look at these guys, because facing off Valor is definitely not going to be a laughing matter.
Indeed. And honestly, the way they showed what they can do, I'm pretty sure they're going to make it to the playoffs. Team OUTSET, however, they have a lot of work to do. And Anxiety, though, that guy is on point. He was just popping off towards the end, and his game awareness was on point towards the end. But I feel like the rest of his teammates have a little bit of work to do. I'm going to be brutally honest here. It's not that they're bad. They're really, really good. They have so much potential, but they need a little more practice. And this is exactly what they're here, right? They're here to get that experience. Once they get that experience, I feel like Team OUTSET is going to come up again and again. And I've seen them so many times before. They're trying their level best to come up in the scene. And I'm just here for that entire journey. I've seen when they started off, they were really good. They kept getting better. And unlike the other teams that I've seen before, these guys actually have managed to make a difference, because going up against Team Valor and still being able to hold your own is no easy task. They still did manage to hold their own to an extent, but Team Valor being Team Valor, including the addition of Pasha Sahil, honestly, there's only so much that OUTSET could have done, right?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I mean, the way that these guys are playing, especially this round right here, was completely
Hunter.
amazing. Hunter, he got down 2, and by the time he could look around and realize that he thought maybe Alex was going to come back and fire at him instead of Anxiety, but hey, it doesn't matter. Buster, although he fell down over here, he had Pixels right next to him. Pixels knew exactly where to fire, and even though his team went down, the teammate went down, sorry, he spams down Anxiety. He gets the kill of Alex, who was low on HP, but yeah, I mean, it is the end of OUTSET over here in this series at least, but I really hope that they don't take this too hard. Everybody has bad days, man. It's all right. You have a bad day, you just swipe clean the slate, you start off again. Do not even consider this match, you just go ahead. Okay, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter if it's a bad loss or a good loss. You just think of it as a loss and you just gush it away from whatever you're looking at. You look at the scoreboard, you look at whatever you did individually. That's where you improve, not at the overall score. Where you can improve is what you need. Where your team can improve together, and trade kills and stuff like that. That's where you need to be looking at. But right now, it's okay if you have a bad day. You've got a lot more matches to go OUTSET, and I really, really hope that you can show us that you too can perform at the very top level, because honestly I would be very happy to see it. I love the way they were playing today. It just wasn't working out for them. I hope that they come back stronger. There's a little bit of tweaks that they need to do in terms of teamwork, trading off, positioning on the map, trying to sell out fakes if they're playing on the attack, trying to hold on defensive lines, who needs to rotate, who needs to move this side, where you need to go aggressively and where you need to hold passively. All of that is something that they need to work upon. Just tiny bits, they're there, but just small baby steps that they need to take. So that's it. I really hope they're going to be surprising us in the matches to come.
Honestly, and like you said, failure is just a stepping stone to success, right? And that's exactly how they're supposed to be looking at it. And honestly, in terms of gameplay style, the only thing I thought that they were lacking in was just the synergy. Like if you're going for a 2-1-2 setup, they're not having each other's backs, but they did start understanding that towards the end of the game. They did manage to bring a few rounds back. And if you keep working on that, I'm pretty sure you can come up at the top. Just get into the playoffs. The entirety of season 2 is remaining. And then there are 2 more seasons to come. So you have plenty of time to improve and come back. But anyway, we're going to take a look at the group standings to see exactly where they're going to be standing so far. And boy, we do have a lot to talk about this. Although we're just fresh into season 2, look at the aggression that is coming off the bat. Global Esports, as we thought, they're going to be the top dogs there. They're just sitting up there calmly at position number 1. I don't really think that they're going to face a lot of losses, but if they do, it is going to be against Team EXO and Team VALOR or Team Force. The top 4 are just going to be duking it out against each other. Then we have the bottom 4, Team Cohesion, OUTSET, FS, and Orglis. Now, FS though, Fangs, they had such good performance in season 1. I'm not really sure what's happening to them, but it's only one match that they lost outright, and we have the entirety of season 2 left. So we've gotten our proper standing so far. We got 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom, and now we're gonna see how this entire thing is gonna get mixed up and just thrown about.
Yeah, absolutely. That is for sure. But this table is pretty much, I think, what we would expect, except for, I think, in Team Cohesion. Maybe I thought they would find one victory, but hey, they got 1 point. So they are above the 3 teams that have lost out 2-0. So they're going to be okay with that, because that's another team that is going to be looking for the contention of playoffs. And I think they're going to give a tough fight of VALOR, for that 4th spot, given that we might just see EXO, F1, and Global make it to the top 3. VALOR and Cohesion are going to have a good fight, and I'm waiting for that matchup. Cohesion and VALOR is going to be a very, very intense fight, and I really want to see who comes out on top. But for now, though, the group standings looking like how it would probably at the end of the season. Who knows? Maybe not. Is somebody from the bottom 2 or the bottom 4 going to come up on top? Who knows? You never know what's going to happen, The bad days come to anybody. Today it was the side of OUTSET. Tomorrow it could be Global. Day after it could be EXO. It could be anybody. But hey, it's all about trying to maintain that consistency. So yeah, let's see. There's a lot of matches left, and it's going to be a very good season ahead.
Honestly, it's already exciting, and honestly, there's nothing more that I can say. It's just I'm waiting for all of these matches to play out in front of us. But yeah, speaking of matches playing out in front of us, let's go back to the matchup screen, and we have another amazing matchup for you today. Because at 8 p.m., put that onto your schedule, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be Global Esports going up against Force One. 2 top dogs going up against each other, and boy, do I wish to be there, but not really sure if I can. But Universe, Global and Force One, they've had such a huge imprint, such a huge footprint, honestly, global footprint, both of them, that these sort of matchups, this is what I live for. I'm not really sure who's going to be winning this out, but you can give us your thoughts.
Honestly, I am not quite sure either. I would say it's a tipping favor onto Global of, I would say maybe 55-45, not more than that. It's Global. They're global esports. That's just all I need to say, right? But Force One, they've had a little bit of a revamp since last season, and they've turned things around, especially in the playoffs last season. They were absolutely beautiful in the lower bracket run until Velocity beat them. But Global, they made it to the finals. They were the runners-up last time, and they still are one of the favorites to win out the TEC Gauntlet, right? And not to forget, they even made it to the VCC, right? They qualified and they faced off against Team EXO over there and they made it through. So I'm pretty sure that this team has a lot to offer. We know that, and two top dogs going on. It's gonna be real fun this evening.
Yeah, on top of that, speaking of Team EXO, I love how like some of these teams have a few change up in their lineups, and there are a few players coming here, going out, coming in from like a few other teams. And Team EXO, with that addition of those, they're looking super strong right now. They have to like work on their synergy a little bit more, but from the way that I saw them playing last time, they were just absolute an amazing blast to watch. So all of these matchups that are going to come out onto our screens from here on out, it's going to be super exciting. But especially for today's matchup, it's going to be Global versus Force One, which is, again, something that you cannot miss out on. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to put that onto your schedule. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification icon, because today is the day that you're going to be seeing Global versus Force One. But until then, you also could go down to the description, grab yourself a few cans of Red Bull, get ready, pick up some snacks, just wait for that match to come up in. And while you're down there, check out these amazing deals from our sponsors: LG Ultragear monitors, WD Black SSDs, and AMD Ryzen processors. Because without those, I don't think that you can be playing like the top dogs. Even if you have the skill, you need that little edge. You need that performance boost to play like the top dogs, right? And season 3 is right around the corner. So go down there and get busy shopping. But until then, it was me, Quaint, and Universe casting for this amazing matchup. And hope to see you in the next time. And wait for the next match at 8 o'clock to come up. But until then, see you.